The air in the industry just got ripped apart. Phones are buzzing, timelines are in meltdown, and the name on everyone's lips is Brooke Bailey. Not because of another glossy red carpet appearance or some love and hip-hop feud. No. Tonight, Brooke Bailey is collapsing under the weight of a revelation so dark it could shatter an empire. She stood before cameras with trembling hands, smeared mascara, and whispered the 8 words that froze the industry. He locked me in that hotel room. Jim Jones? Yes. That Jim, the man in diamonds, rapping about loyalty. Splashing champagne on yachts, suddenly accused of holding Brooke hostage in a Las Vegas hotel suite. And this wasn't whispered gossip in back alleys. Brooke said it herself, her voice breaking. I begged him. I thought I wasn't going to make it out. Within seconds, the internet detonated. Twitter timelines flooded with hashtag Justice for Brooke. TikTok detectives zoomed in on a blurry hallway video, Brooke barefoot, hair matted, screaming for her phone while a hooded figure with a familiar chain loomed in the corner. Fans swore it was Jim. At first, people thought it was an old clip, maybe a prank, maybe a movie set. But Brooke cut through the noise when she went live, sobbing, her voice raw. It was real. 72 hours ago. He trapped me. Now whispers are growing louder. Paid off hotel staff. Erased hallway footage. Leaked voice notes. And Brooke, once silent, is vowing revenge. She says she has proof. Screenshots. Audio. The kind of receipts that could end Jim's career forever. The question isn't if the footage drops. The question is when and who will still be standing when it does. The night Brooke Bailey's world cracked open, the industry didn't just blink. It convulsed. Imagine it. Las Vegas neon flickering outside a high-rise hotel, the kind of sweet rappers brag about in their bars. Behind that door, according to Brooke, the man who rapped loyalty like scripture was doing the opposite. Jim Jones, the legend, the Dipset king, the love and hip-hop patriarch, allegedly transformed into something else entirely. When Brooke finally walked out of that building, barefoot, robe slipping off one shoulder, her nails broken, her mascara streaked, she didn't look like the reality star we'd seen in full glam. She looked like someone who had just wrestled with a ghost and lost. Hours later, she collapsed into a chair at a press conference no one thought would happen, her voice shaking as she whispered the words that detonated across every timeline. He locked me in that hotel room. He told me I wasn't leaving until he said so. The internet ignited in real time. Within minutes, hashtags like hashtag Justice for Brooke, hashtag Surviving Jim Jones, and hashtag Hostage in Vegas trended worldwide. TikTok detectives pieced together blurry hallway footage, Brooke screaming in a hotel corridor, clutching at a housekeeper's arm, yelling about her phone. In the corner of the clip, a man in a hoodie leaned against the wall, his face half-shielded. But that walk, that stance, and that glint of a diamond chain? Fans swore it was Jim. Some argued it was old footage, maybe a setup. But Brooke silenced speculation by going live with tear-streaked cheeks. This happened 72 hours ago. It's real. He trapped me. And then came the first leak. An anonymous DM to a gossip blogger. Screenshots and all. Security was paid off. Footage was erased. Attached was a grainy still from hotel surveillance. Timestamp 2:47 a.m. The blurry figure outside room 923. Looked side to side before slipping inside. Hoodie up, chain swinging. The internet didn't hesitate. That's Jim. Brooke filled in the blanks with her own account. She said she'd gone to the suite to talk about a brand opportunity Jim had been dangling for weeks. He'd sent flirty texts, made casual calls, presented it as business with a side of charm. But when she arrived, the vibe changed. He closed the door, snatched my phone, and told me straight up, "You're not leaving until I say so." Her words were a dagger. Her voice cracking, hands trembling as she spoke. She described 6 hours of psychological warfare. Twice, she tried to bolt. The first time, he blocked the door with his body. The second, he allegedly hurled a lamp across the room. She showed bruises on her arms during the live, claiming they came when she shoved against him and he gripped her hard enough to leave marks. The industry froze. Fans screamed. Why didn't she call the police? Brooke's answer was gutting. Because he threatened me. He said he'd ruin me. Said no one would believe me. Said he had connections to make me look crazy. That, more than the bruises, broke people. A woman with a platform, reduced to silence because she feared being buried alive by an empire bigger than her. Then the voicemail surfaced. A chilling clip, scratchy but unmistakable. You're not going anywhere. Understand me? Brooke's muffled sobs echoed in the background. Some said it was doctored, others swore it was his voice, pointing out the cadence, the pause between words. One TikTok sleuth slowed it down, swearing you could hear a TV in the background playing a Martin rerun that matched the hotel's channel guide from that night. And what about Chrissy Lampkin? Jim's longtime partner, the woman fans saw as his anchor. According to insiders, she didn't find out from him. She found out like everyone else through the leak. One of her so-called friends allegedly called her at 3 a.m. and said, "Girl, you better check TMZ." Sources whispered she went completely silent for 48 hours, ignoring calls, ignoring texts. No denial, no defense. Just silence. Meanwhile, Jim stayed mute. No tweets. No IG lives. Not even a cryptic "it's cap" story. Nothing. And in gossip, silence screams louder than 1,000 words. But Brooke didn't stay quiet. A week later, she resurfaced. Not sobbing this time, not broken. She walked into a YouTube interview in full armor, tailored blazer, hair-laid lashes, flawless, and dropped a bombshell. This wasn't random. He groomed me. He pretended it was business. But when I got there, he closed that door, and it was about power. Her voice was icy, steady. She painted a picture of intimidation. Jim pacing the room, telling her if she left, her career was over. He said, "If you walk out that door, you'll never get another call in this industry again." The internet erupted. That wasn't just abuse. That was coercion. That was career blackmail. Within 24 hours, the interview racked up 2 million views. Sponsors ghosted Jim. A sneaker collab vanished. A liquor deal disappeared overnight. His face was quietly scrubbed from a brand homepage. But the Hilton hotel manager slipped too. In a tightly worded statement, they admitted security had responded to a noise complaint at that suite that night. We knocked. No answer. They said nothing else. But fans read between the lines. Something happened. Then came the cease and desist. Jim's lawyers demanded Brooke's interview be taken down or face legal action. But that threat backfired. Within hours, every blog reposted the footage. Clips went viral. Memes exploded. Reaction videos hit millions of views. Brooke's story wasn't going away. It was multiplying. And then another woman entered the chat. A burner account DM'd a popular T page. Brooke's not the only one. He did it to me too. Same hotel, different city. That single message detonated into chaos. Within hours, hashtag Surviving Jim Jones trended worldwide. Fans dug into his old mixtapes, unearthing bars that once sounded playful, but now dripped with menace. If she wild, I lock the door. She'll mind tonight. Back then, people laughed. Today, it sounded like confession in plain sight. Mama Jones couldn't stay silent. Jim's mother went live, full glam, hair tied tight, pointing at the screen like she was defending the crown. These females always trying to trap my son. Brooke knew what it was. She'd been chasing him for years. Now she'll wanna cry? Her words were gasoline on a fire. She tried to shield him, but only dragged him deeper. If you lock her in a room, maybe she finally sits still. Fans gasped. The comments lit up. So you admit it? Then came the paperwork. Brooke filed a restraining order, and it leaked. In the documents, she alleged not only confinement, but threats. You leave now. You'll never work again. Attached were screenshots of texts. I'm sorry. I lost my temper, but I still got love for you. Another read. Don't go public. You know how ugly it can get? Ugly didn't even scratch the surface. Ugly didn't even scratch the surface. The blogs went into overdrive. Former castmates threw shade with cryptic posts. VH1 producers whispered that they'd always felt something was off. Activists called for a criminal investigation. The district attorney's office was reportedly reviewing evidence. Fans demanded arrests. And just when it felt like the internet couldn't combust any further, another bomb dropped. Late last night, a new leak surfaced. A voicemail. Brooke crying, a door slamming, and a man's voice yelling, "You're not going nowhere." It's grainy, raw, unverified, but enough to shake the culture to its core. Jim stayed silent, but silence won't save him. The industry is circling, brands are pulling, and fans are demanding justice. And Brooke, she's gone dark again. Deleted Instagram. Shut down comments. Silent. But silence doesn't mean surrender. Silence often means war. And if the whispers are true, the hotel tapes exist. Somewhere locked away, waiting to drop. And when they do, Jim Jones won't just be fighting for his career. He'll be fighting for his freedom. The night after Brooke's restraining order leaked, the industry expected Jim Jones to finally step forward, deny everything, and drag her name through the mud. But instead, the only thing he posted was a gym selfie with the caption, "They want me to fall. I'm still standing." Fans tore it apart instantly. Still standing? After locking a woman in a room, the comments spiraled into chaos. Thousands of angry responses buried the post in fire emojis. Hashtag cancel Jim hashtags and fans calling him a coward. But Brooke wasn't finished. Hours later, her sister shared a cryptic IG story. She's not done. The receipts are coming. And then it happened. A Dropbox link, allegedly from Brooke's camp, started floating around Twitter. Inside, screenshots of text messages that looked like they came straight from Jim's phone. One, read, "Stop crying. You know, I didn't hurt you, but you ain't leaving until I finish what I got to say." Another, "If you make me look bad, I'll bury you." The internet melted down. People zoomed in on the font, the timestamps, the spelling mistakes. Fans screamed authenticity. Haters called Photoshop. But then a new bomb landed, a screen recording of Brooke's iMessage inbox scrolling live, showing the same texts with Jim's name attached. And then the voice note Brooke claimed she hit record during their argument. The 18-second audio clip shook the timeline. Jim's voice, raspy, angry, saying, "You ain't walking out that door." I said, "Sit down." A crash in the background. Brooke sobbing, "Please just give me my phone." The clip spread like wildfire. TikTok edits turned it into horror movie trailers. Twitter users posted reaction videos of themselves crying. The hashtag #sitdown Jimmy went viral. Jim's camp scrambled. His lawyer issued a statement calling the clip manipulated and grossly misleading. But fans weren't buying it. One audio engineer even uploaded a breakdown on YouTube, overlaying Jim's past interviews with the leaked clip, proving the voice was identical. Meanwhile, Chrissy Lampkin finally broke her silence. Sort of. She posted a black square with the caption, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than words." The internet went ballistic. Was she standing with Brooke? Was she distancing from Jim? Or was she just trying to survive the storm without drowning in it? Insiders claimed Chrissy packed a bag and left their shared home, but no one could confirm. Then the hallway footage hit. A grainy 20-second video leaked to a gossip blog, showing a barefoot Brooke sprinting down a corridor. A housekeeper's cart in the background, while a man in a hoodie lingered at the sweets door. The shape of the chain, the tilt of the head, fans swore it was Jim. Hotel carpeting was matched by TikTok detectives to a luxury Vegas spot. The receipts were stacking like dominoes. And then came the twist no one expected. Another woman stepped forward. An anonymous burner account DM'd in the shade room with a chilling claim. "Brooke's not lying. He did the same thing to me in Miami." Screenshots followed, texts allegedly from Jim reading, "Stop acting wild. I locked the door for a reason." Within hours, the narrative exploded into a full-blown movement. The hashtag surviving Jim Jones trended globally. Fans dug up old footage from Love and Hip Hop where Jim made offhand comments about keeping women in check. Clips that once got laughs now looked sinister. One bar from a 2016 freestyle resurfaced. "If she wild, I hit lock on the door, she'll mine tonight." Fans said he wasn't rapping, he was confessing. Brooke, meanwhile, went dark again. No posts, no lives, no stories, but silence only fueled the flames. Blogs speculated she was preparing a lawsuit. Others whispered she was negotiating with networks for a tell-all. The more she vanished, the louder her name echoed online. And then the betrayal hit from inside Jim's own circle. His driver, who once bragged about chauffeuring Jim to secret meetings, anonymously leaked a voice note to a gossip vlogger. The driver's distorted voice confessed, "I dropped him off that night. He told me not to wait. Said he had business. I saw Brooke in the lobby. Next morning, I picked him up. He said, 'Shorty ain't going anywhere till I'm done with her.'" The internet imploded. If the driver was telling the truth, this wasn't just Brooke's word against Jim's. It was corroboration. Mama Jones came back swinging. Going live again, doubling down with fury. These females chasing clout. "My son don't need to lock nobody in no room." They begging to be there. But her rant only poured gasoline on the fire. Fans dragged her relentlessly, posting, "Mama, you're defending kidnapping on live." Then came the meltdown. Jim finally went live on Instagram. His eyes were red, his hoodie pulled low, his voice cracking with anger. "Y'all really believe this? Y'all really think Jimmy a monster? I love women. I never hurt nobody. Stop believing these fake receipts." But the live spiraled quickly. Fans bombarded him with comments. "Play the voicemail, Jimmy. Why you silent for a week? Where's Chrissy?" Jim snapped, shouting into the phone. "Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all wasn't in that room." He ended the live abruptly, but the damage was done. Screenshots of his angry face flooded Twitter with captions like, "That's the face of guilt." Meanwhile, brands kept fleeing. One liquor sponsor released a statement. "We do not condone violence against women. Effective immediately, our partnership with Jim Jones is terminated." Music platforms quietly removed his face from curated playlists. Blogs whispered that festival organizers were already pulling him from summer lineups. But the most explosive betrayal was yet to come. A producer from Love and Hip Hop hiding behind anonymity. Leaked emails allegedly showing Jim had pressured them to cut Brooke from future seasons. The reason? "She talks too much," the producer wrote. "We always suspected something happened between them, but now I think she was silenced." The internet roared. Fans demanded VH1 speak. The network went quiet. Silence again. But silence felt like complicity. And just when people thought the story couldn't twist any harder, Brooke's attorney released a statement. Not just a denial, not just a threat, but a promise. Ms. Bailey possesses further evidence of Mr. Jones's misconduct. If necessary, this evidence will be presented in court. The blog screamed one word: evidence. Fans speculated nonstop. What else did Brooke have? More voicemails, video, photos. Rumors swirled about a hidden USB drive containing hours of recordings. Twitter detectives claimed Brooke had been secretly filming for weeks, waiting for the right time. Then came the cliffhanger that shook the timeline. Late one night, a popular gossip blog posted a 5-second clip sent anonymously. Brooke's voice crying. Jim's voice low, threatening. "You scream again, see what happens?" No context, no follow-up. Just those chilling words. The internet froze. Was it real? Was it doctored? No one knew. But in that moment, the world realized something. This was no longer just gossip. This was survival. And as fans begged for answers, one final bombshell dropped. Brooke's lawyer confirmed she had filed an official criminal complaint. And the DA's office. They weren't just reviewing. They were investigating, which meant one thing. Jim Jones wasn't just fighting for his career anymore. He might be fighting for his freedom. The morning the whispers about the USB drive turned into confirmation. The internet nearly broke. A gossip blog dropped a cryptic post. She had it the whole time. The tapes are real. No names, no details, but everyone knew exactly what it meant. Brooke Bailey wasn't bluffing. Somewhere on a tiny piece of metal, she allegedly held the receipts that could end Jim Jones's career, his freedom, and his legacy in one sweep. Within hours, tag the USB trended. Fans posted memes of flash drives with fire emojis, while others begged, "Brooke, drop it already." But instead of posting, Brooke stayed silent. It wasn't her. It was her lawyer who confirmed the files existed and were secured. That one word, secured, sent shockwaves. Fans speculated Brooke had already given the drive to prosecutors. Some said it contained audio. Others said video. And one insider whispered, "It's both." And one insider whispered, "It's both." Meanwhile, Chrissy Lampkin finally surfaced, and this time she wasn't silent. Paparazzi caught her storming out of a Manhattan restaurant. Eyes red, phone pressed to her ear, screaming, "Tell him to stop lying to me. I'm done covering this up." The clip went viral in minutes. For the first time in 20 years of standing by Jim's side, Chrissy looked like she was breaking. Blogs splashed headlines, "Chrissy finally snaps." Fans debated, was she done with him? Or just furious she got blindsided like everyone else? But then came the detonator. A 42-second audio clip leaked from the alleged USB drive. It wasn't just Jim shouting. It was Jim negotiating. His voice, cold, calm. "You're not leaving. Not until I know you won't talk. You talk, you're finished. I'll make calls, I'll shut you down. Nobody will believe you." Brooke's trembling voice replied, "Please just let me go. I won't say anything." The internet convulsed. This wasn't a vague threat. This wasn't a maybe. This was black and white coercion. Fans demanded answers. Activists rallied. Even celebrities weighed in. Cardi B tweeted, "Y'all better protect Brooke Bailey. Too many of us been silenced too long." Tamar Braxton posted an IG story, sending love to Brooke. "Stay strong, sis." Meanwhile, Jim's camp tried damage control, claiming the audio was deepfaked. But nobody bought it. And then Chrissy's betrayal cut deeper. A gossip vlogger leaked screenshots allegedly showing Chrissy texting a friend. "He lied to me. I knew Brooke wasn't crazy. I told him if more drops, I'm gone." Gone. One word, but fans latched on. Was Chrissy about to walk away? The chaos spilled into the streets. At a Dipset anniversary concert, fans booed Jim on stage. He tried to laugh it off, but chants of Brooke, Brooke, drowned him out. Videos of the meltdown trended across TikTok with millions of views. The empire was crumbling in real time, but Brooke wasn't celebrating. Instead, she reappeared for a televised sit-down interview. No glam, no filters, just Brooke in a blazer, eyes steel cold, voice steady. This wasn't about love. This wasn't about an argument. This was about power. "He tried to control me. He tried to silence me, and I won't be silent anymore." The audience erupted into applause. Clips spread everywhere. For the first time, mainstream outlets covered it as more than gossip. CNN ran a headline, "Reality star alleges confinement by rapper Jim Jones." And then, the cliffhanger no one saw coming. A second woman stepped forward. This time, not anonymous. A former model named Keisha went live, tears streaming, claiming Jim had done the exact same thing to her in Miami in 2019. "He locked me in. He told me no one would believe me. I thought I was going crazy." She said she stayed quiet because she was terrified until Brooke's story gave her courage. Now there were two, and the industry went into meltdown. VH1 insiders leaked that executives were holding emergency meetings debating whether to cut ties with Jim permanently. A producer allegedly told staff, "If the tapes leak in full, we can't touch him. He's toxic." Jim fought back. He dropped a freestyle on SoundCloud, calling Brooke a liar, accusing her of chasing clout. She faked tears for attention. USB ain't nothing but fiction. But the track backfired. Fans mocked him, posting videos of themselves rapping the lyrics while holding up flash drives. The hashtag USB challenge trended. Mama Jones returned once more, screaming on live that all these women are liars. But by then, even her followers dragged her. Mama, you're defending the indefensible. The final blow came in the form of legal paperwork. TMZ leaked documents showing prosecutors were officially reviewing evidence in Brooke's case. Charges on the table: unlawful imprisonment, coercion, intimidation. Words that could put Jim behind bars for years. And then, one last leak. A 12-second clip from the infamous USB. Posted anonymously at 2 a.m., Brooke's voice, shaky, whispering, "I thought I was going to die in that room." Jim's reply, low and chilling, "Not until I'm finished with you." The clip spread like wildfire. Fans screamed. Blogs reposted. Celebrities condemned. The industry froze by morning. Jim Jones's name wasn't trending for music. It was trending for one word: hostage. And as Brooke Bailey disappeared once again into silence, one thing became clear. This wasn't just the end of a scandal. This was the beginning of a reckoning. The USB still hasn't dropped in full. The DA's investigation is just beginning. Chrissy hasn't officially left. And Jim? He's clinging to silence, to denial, the scraps of a crumbling empire. But when the truth finally explodes, and that drive drops in its entirety, Jim Jones won't just be canceled. He might be caged. And the only question left, will Brooke Bailey be the woman who finally brings him down? You've just witnessed the kind of story that doesn't just shake the blogs, it shakes the entire culture. Brooke Bailey's whispers turned into screams. Jim Jones's empire is hanging by a thread, and that USB, that little piece of metal, could be the detonator that brings it all crashing down. But this is only the beginning. Because if the DA presses charges, if the full recordings leak, if Chrissy finally walks out for good, we're talking headlines that could bury legacies, split an industry, and send shockwaves through every corner of hip-hop. The internet is already on fire. Hashtags are exploding. Fans are divided. Celebrities are picking sides. But the truth is, the biggest bombshells haven't even dropped yet. And if you're not locked in here, you're going to miss the moment the world flips upside down. So don't just scroll past this. Hit that like button right now. Drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Brooke, or is Jim fighting for his life against lies? And smash that subscribe button with notifications on. Because the next leak, the next clip, the next betrayal, it could drop any second. And when it does, you'll want to be the first to know. This isn't gossip anymore. This is survival, scandal, and truth colliding in real time. And if you think tonight was wild, trust me, the next chapter will leave you speechless. The next chapter will leave you speechless.